Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Pre-Market News and Views by In the Money Stocks. Today is Wednesday, May 7, 2014. Thank you all for tuning in. We're going to jump right into the charts here. We're going to start off with the S&P 500 E-mini futures. You'll see that the futures are trading higher by about 5 points to 1869.25 per contract. Now, yesterday the markets were trampled. The S&P finished down nearly 17 points on the session, and nonetheless today they are coming back a little bit. Why are they coming back? That's the big question probably people are asking, and you're not going to get this answer really anywhere else. But it's simply put, it's a dollar yen. The dollar yen hit a low yesterday, overnight low around 101.40, and now it's been coming back. Dollar yen is only positive by about 4.5 cents right now. But nonetheless, if the dollar yen moves higher, the stock market will move higher. Dollar yen moves lower, the stock market moves lower. This is the trade. This carry trade is the liquidity in the stock market. That's the bottom line. That's how it works. There's no real magic or rocket science behind the stock market. When the dollar yen moves lower, the stock market moves lower, and dollar yen moves higher, the stock market moves higher. Let's go back to the futures. You'll see that the futures are coming in a little bit. Why are they doing that? Simply because the dollar yen's starting to come in a little bit. Dollar yen's starting to pull back. Dollar yen pulls back, futures pull back. Now, it's not always correlated one for one. Sometimes there could be a news event out there that could, throw the dog off its scent a little bit. But nonetheless, it usually comes right back the next day or so. So if you ever see the dollar yen in the market divert for a day, it's not really going to be that long. All right, let's get into some stocks here because there are a lot of stocks out here to talk about. We're going to start off with Disney. I think they reported earnings, if I'm not mistaken. Right now, the stock is trading at $81.75. It closed at $81.03. Stock has a ton of resistance around 82.25, 82.5. Be very, very careful there. There's a lot of resistance for Disney at this level. I'm not sure it's going to get above there. It could. There's not a lot you could do with this equity at the moment. But again, I really don't expect Disney to trade much higher from where it is at the moment. Let's take a look at TripAdvisor. This was a wild trip yesterday after the closing bell. The stock plummeted all the way down to $69 and change. That was a very good support level. And now you can see the stock trading all the way back up to $83.75. So TripAdvisor holding in there pretty well. There's not a lot you could do with it. If the stock does fall again, watch $69.21. Also watch, well, we'll leave it at that. The next level is much, much lower. But that's the only downside level I would see for it, and that's a long way down from here. But it's been a wild ride. We'll see what kind of trip this stock goes on today. But overall, it's holding up fine. If it trades higher, I suppose if it gets to around $98.75, that's where you could probably short the equity. That's where it looks like there'll be big, big time resistance. But again, that's a long way from here, so I'm not even sure we're going to see that. But be careful with TripAdvisor. This thing could be a big mover today one way or the other. Let's take a look at Whole Foods market. Whole Foods getting hammered today. So anyway you slice or dice it, the stock closed at $47.95. It is now trading at $39.65. I will have levels for Whole Foods in the gap in the trading room today. One of the gap plays. So again, we do have levels for Whole Foods. We'll see how it plays out. But that will be posted up in the chat room at 9 a.m. Let's take a look at Electronic Arts. This stock right now is trading sharply higher. The stock closed at $28.05. Looks like they reported earnings as well. Looks like they blew away their estimates according to the press release. But anyway, slice it or dice it. I will have gap levels for this one. We will look to scalp this one on the short side. So again, come on over to the chat room. Those levels will be posted up at 9 o'clock in the morning. But EA with a very, very good move. Stock closed at 28, now trading at 32.60. But again, we have some good resistance levels in play for this. Let's take a look at Mondelez. Ticker symbol is MDLZ. This is a spin-off from Kraft Foods. Stock closed at $35.22. It is now trading at $38. Great move. Stock has resistance at $38.75. So again, about another dollar higher. Watch for resistance there. It's still a strong stock, so I suppose it can move higher from there. But that would be where I would suspect resistance, around $38.70, $38.75, right around that vicinity. If you own the stock, I would trail it. I would trail the stop loss. If you do not own it, I'd be very careful buying up here. I would not be a buyer. In fact, you're going to butt into resistance in about a dollar higher from here. So be careful. It's not a good short. Unfortunately, it's a very tough short. So I'm going to say leave it alone. But nonetheless, the stock is making a pretty good move ahead of the opening bell. Let's take a look at Skechers. I didn't get a chance to really check out the news on this one, but nonetheless, stock is moving higher. It closed, I believe, at $40.42, now trading at $42.40. It is overbought. There's no way in the world I could touch Skechers here at this level. Great move. If you own it, trail the stop loss. If you don't own it, don't do anything. Let's take a look at the fresh market. So this is a smaller version of Whole Foods, very similar type grocer. What you're going to see here is stocks trading at $33.40. This stock has been absolutely clobbered. I don't have a level for it. I don't see a level for it. There's nothing I could do with this equity at this time. It's just weak, weak, weak. It reminds me of Twitter. It's just breaking down towards the all-time lows and possibly new lows. So again, we're going to leave fresh market alone. I just don't have a level that looks worthy. Let's take a look at TRMB. This is Trimble. What you're going to see with Trimble Navigation, stock closed at $38.17, trading at $38.35. I have gap levels for this one. So come on over to the chat room, and we'll have some gap levels posted for this one at 9 a.m. We will be playing this stock. Let's look at GNC this morning. GNC Corp, pretty sharp decline overall. Stock closed at $43.65. It's trading at $38.50. Couple of levels here I'm watching for GNC. I'm not 100% sure where this one is going to fall to today. But one level I am keeping on the radar is $36. I don't know if it's going to get there. There definitely looks like there's some resistance around this $38.40 level. But the stock sometimes can be on the thin side, meaning it rarely trades a million shares. It generally trades around there. But a stock like this can fall a little bit further. So $38.40 is going to be some support. But a level I really like for this one, if you're a high-risk trader, for a scalp plan. A scalp is just a quick day trade lasting from 10 to 30 minutes, would be around $36. So keep that on the radar at $36. That's going to be a good level in my opinion, if it can get down there, which is only 2.5 points away. So that's the level I do like best, around $36 for GNC. Let's take a look at this ticker symbol ZU, which is Zulily. The stock closed at $45.89, now trading at $38.50. There's definitely some support around this area. However, this is a new issue. The stock hasn't been around all that long, and whenever you get an equity such as this that hasn't really been around all that long, you got to be a little bit careful with it. I think the stock debuted in November of 2013, so we don't have a lot of data to go off of. So just mathematically, it looks like around this $38.50 level there is support, but be a little bit careful now. This is not a stock that gives us a lot of past data to work off of. Let's take a look at Groupon. GRPN. Everybody's coming into this space. I just saw Amazon invading this space as well. You have Living Social. A lot of competition now. Stock closed at $6.72. Now trading at $6.11. This is a pretty good decline for Groupon. Again, I'm not even sure what they said, and I really honestly don't even care. The next level I have for the stock, believe it or not, is $5.14. So there's really not a lot we could do with Groupon. Be careful if you own it. Be prepared. This thing can go lower. If you don't own it, leave it alone. It can go down to $5.14. Not a pretty picture for GRPN. All right, I think we've covered everything stock-wise. There are a lot of other movers out here. Some I just can't get to every one of them. I'm just going to the ones that I think can give us a chance to make some money. We're going to also have some other gap plays that I did not mention here, so come on over to the chat room. They'll be posted at 9 a.m. Hopefully we can make some money on that. But before I forget, Janet Yellen is testifying in front of a Senate banking panel. And again, she'll testify tomorrow. They call this, I believe, the Humphrey Hawkins testimony. But anyway you slice it or dice it, we'll see what she has to say if she can move the markets. I'm not so sure what's going to happen here, but we'll watch it and we'll see how it plays out. She will release opening comments first, and then she'll go ahead and, I believe it's at 10 o'clock or 10:30 in the morning, start her testimony in front of the Senate banking panel. We'll see if these politicians can throw some real questions at the new Fed chairman, or are they just going to lob up softballs and let her whack it out of the park? So we'll see what happens there. But either way, you don't even care about that stuff. Just follow the dollar yen. That'll tell you what you need to do. Gold is trading lower today by $4.40 to $13.0420 an ounce. Again, gold is having trouble getting out of its own way these days. Even yesterday, gold had a chance to really make a big move, and it couldn't do it. So again, be a little bit careful. The GLD right now is trading at 125.65. It closed at 125.98 yesterday. Again, I'm just going to stay neutral on gold. There's not much we could do with it. Oil markets. Light sweet crude is trading higher by 54 cents a barrel to $100.04. Let's go to the USO, which is a good proxy for light sweet crude. And you'll see this is trading at 36.35. It closed at 36.19. There is a lot of support still at 35.70 intraday if it does get down there on the USO. Again, with all the geopolitical events, Russia and Ukraine could be in a civil war. Who knows? It's just a mess over there. That could affect energy prices. It also could cause gold to spike up or down. So again, we're going to have to keep that on the radar. But right now, we just follow the charts and do whatever the charts tell us what to do. And that's all you can do in this type of environment. With that said, everybody, I'm going to leave it here short and sweet. I want to wish you all a great trading day, and we will see you on the charts.